everyone, and welcome to another episode of the All Elite Zone Dynamite review of Rampage Wrap Up. My name's Carly, and we're here with you tonight. We're here with Connor. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at CarlyB88. Connor is at AEW Fan Guy 18. And we're the All Elite Zone podcast. You can please follow us at the All Elite Zone 1 on Twitter. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. We're somewhere on Twitch. I think we have like 2 people who watch us there that never comment, but we thank you for viewing. So let's get into it. Last night was the first night of Fighter Fest. It took place in Savannah, Georgia. It was a big crowd. It was a lively crowd. It was great. The first match of the night was TNT Championship match it was Orange Cassidy versus Wardlow. What'd you think, Connor? Why don't you start us off? What'd you think of that match?
I thought it was a good match. A little bit confused with what Best Friends were trying to do in the match. I don't know if they're trying to turn Orange Cassidy heel, because there for a minute he was trying to cheat for a little bit. Then Danhausen came from under, he had a chainsaw. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Danhausen gave it down. But Orange Cassidy was trying to cheat his way to win, but he wasn't going to beat Wardlow to begin with. But I thought it was a very good match. 7 out of 10 match. I like the finish. Went for the orange punch, then Wardlow caught him and did a powerbomb.
Yeah, I thought it was like a spoof on the heel turn, cheat to win. I thought it was pretty funny. I love Brace Rumsberg. He's a special place in my heart. I think he's really funny when he's good comedic timing when the time calls for it. He's a great ref, makes good calls. I've never seen him really make a messy call anywhere. But when it comes to making some of those funny comedic moments, he's really good for it. When he just looked at the guys and was like, a chainsaw, I thought it was funny. I thought the Danhausen coming out from under the ring was a cute moment. Overall, good match. I love watching Wardlow wrestle. He always manages to surprise me. I'm always amazed at his just weird superhuman giant agility that he has when he does some of these moves off the top rope. Seriously impressive. I made a note to myself that Orange Cassidy, I've noticed, has a increase in stamina. I remember watching him maybe back before he got injured, and he would always look so winded, I don't know, a couple minutes into the match. And I'm like, dude, come on, kind of pick it up. And I've noticed that since he came back from his injury, I don't know if he was training a little bit more, but he looks like he definitely has increased his stamina. Maybe he's working more or whatever, but he looks good in the ring. Definitely kept up at the pace of the match. It was a solid start to the night. I also gave it a 7 out of 10. Orange Cassidy held his own. I don't know what the Best Friends are doing, but it's silly and fun. So keep on keeping on.
I'm just glad Chuck Taylor's back.
What's that?
I'm just glad Chuck Taylor's found
back. I'm glad the Best Friends are. I thought they worded it a little funny. It was Orange Cassidy's here with his best friends and not the best friends. So I don't know. Maybe that's something that's changing along the way, but there's always changes to come. In between the matches, Chris Jericho came out, had a nice little promo, announced that the Painmaker returns for the Barbed Wire Everywhere match on next week's Dynamite.
See, with Jericho, he always words stuff wrong, because when Jericho and Ortiz, hair versus hair match, and Jericho said, if you beat me in a hair versus hair match, then you get to blood and guts. And then they just avoided that whole thing when it came down to the match.
Yeah.
And then it was a barbed wire death match, not a barbed wire everywhere match. And he even said it. I feel like he forgets what he says.
Yeah. Maybe he listens. Maybe it's too much loud music on tour, or I don't know. Bless Jericho. Looked nice in his red suit. I like the red suit.
I thought it could have good promo though.
It was a good promo. Jericho gives good promos. I like Eddie Kingston's rebuttal of Jericho got 5 minutes and this is all I get. Eddie's always good for putting out the Twitter promos I like watching his videos that he puts out. Yeah, it should be neat. Should be neat to see the Painmaker return. I don't know what that match is going to be. I just I love whatever Matt Menard and Angelo Parker, any one of their promos is just fucking hilarious to me. So, and they came back with, what are we supposed to do? They're going to be walking around willy nilly. I find it hilarious. So, I don't know, JS and the shark cage, the whole thing I think is genius and hilarious. So that should be interesting next week.
Aren't they supposed to be held in a shark cage
It
on
is Shark
top or
Cage
something?
up in it. It's
I guess because it's Shark. Well, Shark Week's
Shark
this
Week.
week.
Well, yeah, it's like Shark Month or whatever. It's a whole month of shark.
Yeah.
I don't even know what channel it's on because Discovery is something else. But yeah, it's
Animal Planet.
yeah, it's great. I love it. What a time to be a professional wrestling fan.
Last year it wasn't Shark Week. It was Wardlow Week.
That's equally awesome. Second match of the night was Konosuke Takeshita. Now you got me saying it wrong. I think about it too much.
Last night I finally was able to pronounce Takeshita.
Who was?
Like last night on the podcast, I could finally pronounce Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita versus Jon Moxley in whatever a championship eliminator match is. I don't know. This was news to me. I don't know what I've been following and not. Apparently, if Takeshita had won, he would have gotten a title shot at the interim championship. I'm really over the interim championship. It's just the championship. It's the same belt. For all intents and purposes, Moxley is the championship and is the champion, and Punk just has to come back and beat him for the title. Like, I don't get what the point is of having an interim champion
because everyone thinks
holding the exact same belt that CM Punk had when he left.
Everyone thinks that Moxley's a two-time champion. It's the AEW interim. They're like, they don't count the interims. Like when Sammy won it, they didn't count it as a two-time
championship. I'm sorry, but it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I would have known, like they're trying to do with the UFC, copy that, but that's different with the UFC. Like
Mox is holding the belt. It's the same belt. There's not like a different belt where you have to reunify them.
And Punk's going to come back and win.
To one belt. It's the same. So then you get a shot at being the interim champion? I don't know.
The undisputed AEW World Champion,
stupid.
I guess.
I think it's stupid. I hate it. Just call Mox the champ and then let Punk fight for it when he gets back.
I don't like interim champions.
I don't like it. I thought CM Punk was kind of a fumbly champion anyway, but that's just my opinion.
He only had the belt. Well, he's technically still champion for 40-something days, but like I heard, well, I'll talk about this in the rumors.
I don't know. In any case, Takeshita fought Mox, and I thought it was a great match. I think Konosuke Takeshita is a just hidden gem of just wrestling talent. The kid is over like Rover. He reminds me of, I was telling a friend today, Okada in a sense, where he doesn't perform any like particular like fancy moves. He just takes like the regular moves, much like Okada, and like just performs them and executes them to like perfection. They are clean. They are high flying. They just look so good. He did this one brainbuster that was amazing. He has this German suplex is phenomenal. The kid has talent. He has it. I don't know what it is, but I think he has it. I thought it was a main event quality match. I really wish they had let Takeshita win. And, you know, obviously he would have lost like at that championship match down the line, but I thought it would have been a nice like little 2-week run, maybe a nice little 2-week story. I thought it was unfortunate that he didn't win, but I overall thought it was a like just fantastic match. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. The only thing with the match is like this match is going to be a good match, but will it draw ratings? And I think that's what AEW has problems with sometimes is, I mean, yeah, they might be good matches, but because like their match got the lowest rated match, like out the night. So I thought the match was great, but
I don't know how their match got the lowest rating of the night when Jake Hager and Claudio Castanoli was boring.
that was actually the most. I'll have to go back, but theirs
It was
like
boring. We'll get there. We'll move on. We'll move on because there were some boring matches, and that one wasn't boring. That was a good match. Maybe people are bored of seeing John Moxley fight the same match over and over. Maybe that's what they were bored about, Connor. Do you think about that? Because Takeshita was great. I don't know.
That's just one of the
Take
problems.
it up in the comments, people. I don't know. Maybe the ratings are a joke. Maybe people needed a snack. I don't know. Takeshita was great. I'll die on that hill. You with your ratings. In any case, the third match of the night was Luchasaurus and Griff Garrison. So full disclosure, I order sushi. We always get sushi on Dynamite night. And so we do sushi and Dynamite. But then afterwards, I need a snack, like a sweet treat. So I get my Oreos. And I was getting Oreos during this match and didn't watch any of it. So I don't know what happened.
Oh, well, Luchasaurus.
And Griff Garrison, and then
I
just wrote eating Oreos. I was eating Oreos.
It's basically the same thing they did with Matt Hardy. So
Christian come out and talk a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I guess he did. And then he basically trashed Brian Pillman's family like MJF did. MJF did it a lot better, but
didn't MJF do the same thing?
Yeah.
That's where the mid came from. Remember when he was out and like they were out there, and that's where like mid started. He was like, "This whole place is mid."
He just came out, beat Griff Garrison in like 2 minutes, and then he put both Pillman and Garrison through the table. It didn't break the first time. The second time it broke, but it looks like next Wednesday they're getting a tag match. So Christian's finally getting back in the ring since like 2-3 years. It feels like he hasn't been in the ring in years.
He wrestled in that, I don't know. He was grumpy about getting kicked out of the Casino Battle Royale, so he wrestled at some point.
Yeah, that was like 2020. Like he was still going on about 2021's Casino Battle Royale. He was like that's what I like about AEW, like long-term storytelling. Like they don't forget matches.
No,
like they don't forget them. That's one thing WWE, like this past Monday's like women's match, it's not gonna be talked about in like 2-3 months down the road. That's what I like about AEW. A lot of their matches aren't forgotten about.
No, and the rankings matter. I like that too. Oh, you know what other thing I like about AEW, me and my husband were talking about this, is that they bring up like the financial aspect, which I always think like you'll hear Dax Harwood talk about it, and I think Christian Cage has talked about it. Like sometimes you'll hear it in promos. They'll be like, "Oh, well, you made me lose this match and it took money out of my pocket," and like the rankings matter because that's like it'll affect your pay. And I've never heard that talked about in wrestling before, and I think it adds an interesting dynamic. And that's something I like that AEW does. Fourth match of the night was Jake Hager versus Claudio Castanoli. Winner was Claudio. I thought it was boring. It was an okay match. I didn't even rate it.
I thought it was 7 out of 10. These two teamed up in WWE, and Jake Hager turned on Cesaro, but they never really had a match or anything, but I think AEW's booked Claudio way better than they've booked some of the other former WWE stars. Like, comes in at Forbidden Door, has a fantastic match against Zack Sabre Jr. First night on Dynamite is a blood and guts match. Then he finally gets to have a match. Should have had in WWE a long time ago. Jake Hager. I think this is the best, like one of the best former WWE stars that they've booked perfectly well since they brought him in. But yeah, it was not the best match of the night, but it was a 7 out of 10 match. I would give it.
I'd maybe give it a 5. I thought it was boring. I thought it was. He swung them around. They did the swingy thing. They're two big guys. I never found Cesaro particularly interesting. I think Jake Hager is boring.
It needs to bring back those.
I don't think either one of them have all that much personality. I don't know what Claudio does with his entrance music. I thought it was horrible in WWE with the siren. I think whatever this is awful. I thought the wrestling was generic. I get that they had whatever with their mediocre tag team back in WWE. Now they're here. It just was a sandwich match. Maybe I was tired after I ate my Oreos, but I was just like, I thought it was boring. I was really tired. I could have fallen asleep. Match 5 of the night was Serena Deeb and Anna Jay. Anna Jay was in, hometown-esque in Georgia, with the winner being Serena Deeb, which I fully expected, but was kind of sad. I thought that might have given Anna Jay the win in her hometown, but, Serena Deeb's the GOAT, so I didn't fully expect Anna Jay to win. I thought Anna Jay looked good.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. I thought it was better than, well, at least Marina Shafir wasn't wrestling.
Oh, God, I thought the same thing. I was like, thank God I don't have to see Marina Shafir. Another Dynamite.
I thought this was the best women's match on Dynamite of this month, probably.
Yeah, I thought it looked well.
But I think right now Toni Storm's the most hottest one. Not physically wise, but her wrestling, something like she's picked up so many wins. Like her and Thunder Rosa creating Thunderstorm. She beat
Thunderstorm. I love it.
They teamed up as a tag team. She's had a match against Thunder Rosa at Forbidden Door, the only women's match, and they put on a heck of a match. Like she's red hot right now. Well, both of them are. Yeah, I'll give this match a 7 out of 10. I would have had Anna Jay win because she's only on Dark Elevation going against jobbers.
Yeah,
and it'd been nice to see her pick up a win that she had to earn.
I thought it would have been nice to see her pick up the win, especially with her family in town. I thought she looked good. I thought she kept pace with Serena well. Serena Deeb is just so good in the ring, and when you see her with wrestling somebody, because Serena Deeb wrestles a lot of like jobbers and like those local people, when you see her wrestling somebody who can start to keep pace with her, it's just so impressive. How quickly she moves from submission move and just counters, and it's just like amazing to watch her in the ring. But I thought it was a great match. I also would give it in the 7 out of 10 range. We saw Mercedes Martinez come to the ring at the end, and that's leading up to they're getting a title match at the Death Before Dishonor. Yeah. Is that what's happening or going to happen?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm anticipating.
It seems like they're just going to put AEW women in ROH. You're not going to have any ROH women like they used to, like Willow Nightingale, Deonna Purrazzo.
Willow Nightingale. I think she's great. She's just like the happiest, just great sunshine, babyest baby face.
I feel like Deonna Purrazzo should still be champion, but she's way better than both Mercedes and Serena, in my opinion. She is a very good technical wrestler, but I get why she signed with Impact and that. So
yeah, I like Deonna Purrazzo a lot. We did see a promo though, as you mentioned, Thunderstorm. From Thunderstorm, they looked good. They had those cool Did you see their T-shirts? The Thunderstorm T-shirts? Yeah, those are great. And then an appearance from Britt Baker. I was just saying earlier that night, I was like, we haven't seen DMD in a minute. And she showed up with, she was gold. She showed up with Jamie Hayter with the sandbag. Yeah.
I guess I don't know what that was meant for. I guess her carrying the company. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was a nod to the rumors of Thunder Rosa sandbagging.
Oh,
I guess on Twitter, like somebody had made a tweet about Thunder Rosa
and she
sandbagging
liked it.
other wrestlers, and both Marina Shafir and Britt Baker liked the tweet, and it was a whole thing. I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know. But
Marina Shafir deserved it.
oh yeah, well,
And she's done this before. Evil East, like, it was a dark match, and they had to cut out some of the scenes because Thunder Rosa was like really beating the heck out of her.
oh geez. In any case, I'm sure, like with all promos and everything, it was worked out beforehand. But it was, I think, and I hope, like there's some tag team because like Thunder Rosa has the title, and I think more women are being pushed to the forefront. That now that there's some room for a tag team division, and I think in the previous tag team matches we've seen with Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, and I think there was one with like Ruby Soho. Those tag team matches were awesome. So hopefully there's more of that coming in the future. I'd love to see Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter as a tag team. That just be so cool. So definitely stuff to look forward to in the future, and hopefully that all pans out. And Tony Khan gets on that booking, which always brings me back to we need more time on Rampage. Just make it 2 hours.
Yeah, they only get 2 hours, they're going to need better ratings than what they've been getting. Like, they decided to put Jim. Well, I'll talk about that at the end because it's kind of like rumors and stuff.
Oh, we'll get to the rumors. I'll get there. All right, the big match of the night. The big match was the triple threat tag team match. Saw the Young Bucks versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Swerve and Our Glory, tag team of Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee for the AEW Tag Team Championships. That was a match. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't know who was going to win. Like,
I didn't either.
at one point, I thought
I didn't know who was going to win until the last second.
At one point, I thought Team Taz was going to win. Then Swerve was going to hit Keith Lee with that belt. Like when he was turned and he had the belt, he was telling him something. I don't know if that was intended to be like that or what, but I thought he was going to hit him with that belt. But
I think we all thought that was going to happen. To what end, I don't know.
I thought that was the best match of the night.
By far.
I think when they lose the tag titles, Swerve will throw a fit and turn on Keith Lee. I think that's how it's going to play out. Like how Kenny did to Hangman.
Yeah. I thought, first of all, I thought it was an excellent match. I thought the start of the match was so good. The beginning with Nick Jackson and Swerve going toe for toe, move for move, I thought was a great little bit of wrestling. It was really fun to watch. I thought that the little bit first of all, I love Taz on commentary. It just fucking cracks me up. I thought when Nick Jackson and was it Matt Jackson and Ricky Starks were walking on the ropes and they both went to Yambag City, I was dying. That was hilarious. There were some really great spots in the match. When you had Swerve jumping off Keith Lee's chest, there were that huge spear from Ricky Starks to Swerve. I thought was the end of the match, with Ricky Starks and the Young Bucks, and then they super kicked it. Well, they all super kicked Keith Lee, and then Swerve, Ricky Starks got the super kick. There were great moments left and right in this match. It was just moment after moment. I was just like sitting on my couch, like I felt like a kid again. This was great wrestling from start to finish.
I want a trios team with the Young Bucks and Ricky Starks.
What's that?
I want a trios team with the Young Bucks and Ricky Starks. Like, even though it only lasted for about 5 seconds.
That was just great. I was just
Starks of fun.
In my happy place. I love Ricky Starks. I thought he really, if I were going to highlight any of the wrestlers in the match, I think Ricky Starks really kind of shined the brightest for me. And Powerhouse Hobbs. I think out of all the tag teams, they kind of really looked the best to me. Maybe I'm a little biased, but we know the Young Bucks are great. I thought Team Taz looked awesome. I really thought if the Young Bucks were going to drop the titles, it should have gone to them. And I think Swerve and Keith Lee are a great tag team. I think all wrestlers in this match are just top tier, great tag teams. As far as the story goes, I don't know where they're going with this.
They've created a problem.
I feel like there's a problem. Like,
because now
I thought the Young Bucks were going to carry the titles to All Out.
Because now FTR's getting the title shot at All Out probably, and to do
And
the
if
Keith
they're
Lee,
not, they should.
If they're facing Keith Lee and Swerve, then Swerve is losing them. Like, there's no way FTR is losing. Like, they're the hottest tag team right now.
And I feel like it's really, I don't want to say like below FTR, but right now they're like going to fight the Briscoes at Death and Dishonor, and it's like, while you got like 3 other tag teams here duking it out for the tag team championships, and FTR is just kind of like, hey guys, and you got the crowd chanting their name when they weren't even mentioned. Yeah. And it's like, what are you giving the fans here? You know.
I hope they don't have the Young Bucks go back and win them again, and they do this hot potato thing like they do with the TNT title. That's what I think they're going to do.
And the crowd hated that. We all hated the TNT championship so much that when Wardlow finally got it, it was kind of just, it wasn't as like I was so happy that Wardlow got it, but it was still just like, the TNT championship kind of sucks. I think we also kind of had I had that bad taste in my mouth about the TNT championship. The second Sammy Guevara said anything, I was just like, oh,
I think Wardlow is going to bring back the weekly open challenge that Cody originally started. Well, he said that he wants to. Now, that's one thing him saying it, if they'll actually let him do it, but he wants to do the weekly open challenge. But yeah, I think they've created a bit of a problem.
And I loved the Young Bucks as tag team champions. Like, I was perfectly happy with them being the champs.
Like, their second reign was the worst reign in AEW history, with only 1 title defense and only held it for 28 days. Worst title reign in history.
They are an excellent tag team, and like I was talking to a friend about this earlier, I think there's like this, you don't want to keep the tag team championships, the belts on the Young Bucks for too long, because it's like, oh, we gave ourselves the belts, and it's like the Young Bucks don't do any of the booking. They don't decide any of that. It's all in Tony Khan hands,
I would have just let the Young Bucks held on to All Out and have FTR win.
Yeah.
Because the first FTR match was in front of a 15% capacity. Second time was on TV, but we could have got on pay-per-view with no commercials, no ads, no time limits you got to worry about, a full-on match in front of a full capacity crowd. But so we're not getting. Well, we could still get FTR and Swerve and Strickland, but yeah.
I would have wanted to see FTR and the Young Bucks.
That's what.
That's like you got 2 of the greatest tag teams, like, just ever. That was the match to see. So I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. While it was a great match, I would have given the match like a 9 out of 10.
I kind of hope that.
Which is like, why?
I'm glad they didn't win, because it looks like Matt Jackson's injured now. So if they would have won interim AEW tag champions.
Oh, God, help us. Well,
but don't get me wrong, Swerve and Keith Lee deserve those tag titles. Like, they've put in, they haven't been a tag team for long, and they've put on a lot of great tag team matches.
Swerve looked amazing.
Yeah.
Swerve did some crazy stuff. He really showed that he can go toe to toe with the best tag teams in like the world. So, he really came in and showed that he has it. Don't sleep on Ricky Starks. I'm waiting for him to get that push, because whatever, I don't know, between his facial expressions, his athleticism, it's just, that kid's got places to go. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It was a Dynamite. It was Dynamite. I got a little sleepy in the middle. But overall, it was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah, I don't think a Dynamite's ever been as worse as a 3-hour Raw or 2-hour SmackDown. They've never went that low. I can watch AEW's worst show. I don't think they've ever put on a worse show. And if they have put on a worse show, their worst show is still good.
AEW's worst show, I still wouldn't fast forward through a match.
I will say the worst pay-per-view was All Out 2020. opening match was a botch fest.
You know, I will fast forward through almost like every match, like every match on Raw, or like I don't even watch anymore. But like even when I do, it
I
will
only
just
like
fast
AJ
forward.
and Randy Orton.
What's that?
I only like AJ Styles and Randy Orton.
Oh, you know, Randy Orton will always be my like. I love Randy Orton. He does no wrong. I think it's pretty great. I'll watch whatever match he's in. But I hear he's injured too now, huh?
Yeah, he'll be out the rest of this year.
Yep. So now I really have no reason to watch WWE. Like, really none. All right, I have no rumors because I haven't been on Twitter in forever, so I don't know what's going on out there. I feel like I had one, though. Something I came by, but I don't know. I can't remember now.
Well, the two that I had was it's a rumor now. It's not accurate or anything like that, but it's rumored that CM Punk was supposed to lose the belt to MJF at All Out. It was supposed to be done too. And then CM Punk got injured, of course. That's not happening. So I don't know how true that is, but I want MJF to take the belt off of CM Punk.
No, that would be pretty awesome.
I think like CM Punk and MJF feud is the best in AEW history. Like it got real deep. No other storyline has gotten that deep.
It's probably one of the best storylines in like all of.
And I think they could, and with them fighting over a title, I think they could be hitting history rating levels for AEW. I think they could be the key to getting them to 2 million. Really. Yeah, and then the second rumor I had. What was he talking about? I don't remember what.
I remember the rumor I had. I just like saw this on Twitter while I was scrolling. It was something about Paige. That Paige was going to sign with AEW, and it did work something out with Tony Khan, like where like after her contract was up with WWE, that she talked with Tony Khan and wants to come on. She's kind of in like in a Claudio situation where like just waiting for the timing, but like not really sure in like what capacity she would come on, whether it was like training or what. But she does have something to do with AEW, or will at some point in time.
Yeah, I don't think she'll ever get to wrestle again. I wish she would, but I think her injury is a lot worse than like someone like Bryan Danielson or someone like that. But I would have loved to see her like head booker of the women's division, or I don't know, scout train the women, or I don't know what she could do really. Like I would hate for them just to throw her like WWE did into a tag team and be a manager, and then it only lasted like 2 months.
Yeah. But AEW is good like that. They're good with legacy, you know. So
maybe if on Ring of Honor they're gonna have Women of Honor and Future of Honor still, Paige could be the commentator for Future of Honor.
Ring of Honor. That would be cool.
Or not Future of Honor, Women of Honor. If they're still gonna do those shows.
You were gonna say something about.
I had another rumor.
Britt Baker. Something about. I don't know. I think it was when we were talking about Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker.
I can't remember, but there's not many rumors out there really.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah, that's all I got really, rumor-wise.
Maybe that's like a good thing.
Yeah, we don't need any. There's probably stuff going on that we don't know about, but I don't want to know. So you want to know about it. I don't want any bad news.
No, I feel like all the rumors are always bad.
Yeah, like the only good one
not coming back for a long time.
CM Punk going to AEW and Bryan Danielson, and the best news was Adam Cole left WWE on his own too.
What's coming up on Rampage? What's going on Rampage tomorrow?
I got the
I didn't look.
So this was a match that I actually tagged. So this is weird. A lot of stuff I tag Tony Khan and eventually he does. He sees my tweets. I feel like he does because I tweeted this 3 weeks in a row, and we're getting the match on Rampage. Lucha Bros versus.
Why don't you tag Tony Khan and tell him to give us some jobs so I don't have to go back to work tomorrow? Be like, hey, TK, this is our podcast. Can we move to Florida and come work for you? Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
First match is Lucha Bros versus Private Party. These two faced each other in 2019. It was like 10-star match. And now
listen, Private Party's really good.
Yeah. Now
we just don't ever see him wrestle anymore.
Since Private Party's heel, I think this match will be even better than it was in 2019. Got Athena and Chris Statlander versus. Well, they're in action, so.
Oh, in action.
So the Dark Order versus House of Black. Alex Reynolds and Silver versus Brody King and Malachi. And then, of course, the main event for the ROH World Championship, Jonathan Gresham versus Lee Moriarty. The rumor I don't think this is the same one, but we might get a Jonathan Gresham's opponent revealed for the ROH pay-per-view tomorrow night on Rampage. Yes, it might is Rampage. The Gun Cult's supposed to be doing something on like why they turned on the Acclaimed or something.
I always think Rampage is going to be boring, but usually it's good.
Yeah.
Like, that is not, it's always good.
Rampage isn't really, I don't know why it's not drawing good ratings, but I feel like they showcase a lot of the younger talent, and they're putting on a lot of great matches like Jay Lethal and Nakashita.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at you.
They put on a good match. Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. They put on a lot of good matches, and I feel like they don't get the credit they deserve on Rampage. Probably because time slot.
Yeah. Maybe it's Fridays in the summer. I don't know. Fridays is a hard night.
I know it would hurt Impact Wrestling, but throw it on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock.
I know it. Thursday nights be the day to do it.
But you can't think about other promotions. You got to think about you. Like,
yeah.
At some point you do. And I think, Friday nights, like, some people like to going out with friends or going out places, especially at 9 o'clock. Like, but I'm curious. I want to see AEW's DVR numbers because I have a feeling, because like nowadays, you can go YouTube TV, Hulu TV, and you can rewatch and stream stuff like crazy now.
That's what I have it on Hulu. Like they have the Hulu Live TV, so we go back and watch it all the time.
So that one thing that
unless you're really cool and you're on a podcast and watch it live, in which case then you get the ratings.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
There's not really any rumors.
I don't really have any other rumors besides that one I heard about Paige, which might not even be true. Like that might be just completely made up. I just was scrolling on Twitter.
So
I don't even know what the source was.
Don't quote us. That's what
don't ever.
The rumors.
They are literally things I read on the internet, and I couldn't even tell you.
Not 100% accurate.
As always, all of our opinions about wrestling are done with love and respect for the wrestlers. They put their bodies on the line to entertain us every day. So please take it with a grain of salt and don't come at us or be weird on the internet. Don't stalk us. We don't like that. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Follow the All Elite Zone podcast. And we'll be back tomorrow night with the Rampage live reaction. And yeah, that's all we got.